Hey guys, I wanted to do a tag this week, so I did some research and I found a tag that I really love. I haven't seen any mom bloggers do it, but I saw some mostly makeup people, makeup artists, I guess you could say. So yeah, I thought I would do this. It's called my first tag. First tweet. My first tweet. I don't know. I don't even use Twitter, so I will just, it probably says something like, yay, hi guys, I'm on Twitter. I don't know. First YouTube video. Well, I had an account before this channel. Before this channel, I had my music channel, which was youtube.com/my name is Shaylee. It's still there. I haven't updated in over a year, pretty much. So it's kind of abandoned for now. But my first YouTube video on there was, I believe, Shame by Billy Gilman. Shame on me. Which none of you probably even know who he is, but I was like in love with him when I was 12 years old. First person you subscribe to on Facebook? No, YouTube. Wow, really? I didn't even know you could subscribe on Facebook. The first person I subscribed to on YouTube was probably Lauren Layton. I don't know. If you're talking about this channel, yeah, it was probably her. First Facebook profile picture. I think it's like a picture of half of my face. Like I artistically did it like that with a hat on, but I don't remember. But I'll post that picture too so you guys can see my very first Facebook picture. What was your first job? Well, my mom owned a childcare growing up, like a home childcare. And so, you know, there was always like 1,000 kids at her house ever since before I can remember. I mean, I was probably 2 years old when she opened it up. So I kind of feel like that was my first job, just helping out and, you know, kind of being like an assistant to her. But my first official, like, you have to sign a W-2 job would be this sports bar called Amy McCarthy's. It was right by my house, and I applied there. And I worked there all the way until the day that it closed down. Crazy story, every single restaurant that I've worked at has closed down. It's no longer there. And just recently, my middle school closed down and my high school closed down. What's the deal? So basically I have nowhere to go to have any memories. So thanks a lot. My first car, what was your first car? My first car was a 1997 Pathfinder. It was tan. And I was driving it one day thinking about my wedding, and I got really distracted and I ran a red light and I hit someone. And that was the end of that car. Don't worry, I was okay, they were okay. I do have this crazy looking scar on my leg now. I don't know if I can show you without this being awkward. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. Yeah, it's in the shape of a crescent moon. It's pretty rad. The dashboard in the car came down and took off like that piece of my leg, so that's the story behind that. And that car was bye-bye, but I ended up getting more money for it than I ended up paying for it, so it kind of worked out. Who was the first person to text you today? Nobody, no one. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? My little munchy munch angel. She's so cute. That's my daughter, for those of you that have no idea what I'm saying. Yeah, she's gonna be 7 weeks old tomorrow, and that's insane. So every day that I wake up, I think of her immediately, and I look over and I see her sleeping, and she's a little angel, and yeah. Who was your first grade teacher? Her name was Mrs. Vaughn. I don't think she'll ever see this video, so I can just be honest. She was crazy mean. She forced homework down our throats. She gave us so much homework that I couldn't even play with my friends at night. All I remember about being a first grader is that I had no time to myself. I was literally always buried in books or homework, and it was just very stressful for me. It would have helped if I had had like a nice, cool teacher, but she really just yelled at us every day, so did nothing good for us. So yeah, not a great grade. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I went to Florida. I was 9. And we went to Disney World. My family took us to Disney World, and we stayed in a condo here in Florida. And we went to Universal and Disney, and yeah, that was my first plane ride. So it was also my first beach and my first big, cool amusement park too. So it was kind of a memorable trip. That was one of my favorite family vacations. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? That would probably be I don't know who I'd consider my first best friend, but I still talk to all of them on Facebook, but we're not like close friends anymore or anything like that. But yeah, I've kept in touch with every single one of my close friends from back in the day, and it's pretty cool. Where was your first sleepover? Probably at one of their houses. I don't remember though. I don't remember my first sleepover. My mom probably has track of that because she kept track of like everything. What was the first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did was roll out of bed, grab Eden, and stick a boob in her mouth. Those are my mornings now. So yeah, I don't have time to eat or do anything great. I just feed her. What was the first concert you ever went to? I'm trying to remember because I was trying to think about it, and it was either the Newsboys or Tanya Tucker. I'm not sure which one it was though, because I recall both of those being my first. First broken bone. This is my first and only broken bone. I was in third grade I think, and I was running and I tripped over a ball that somebody was bouncing and I broke my wrist. And my parents didn't believe me. Like they thought I was just probably being dramatic because I was a dramatic kid. But I was crying and holding my wrist, and then they finally figured out that it was broken. So they felt so bad that they just gave me ice cream like every day after that, which worked out for me. First piercing, that would be my ears, and that's the only thing I've gotten pierced too. I'm not really like a crazy, spontaneous, fun person. I have no tattoos and no other piercings except for my ears, so I'm not that intense. First foreign country you've gone to? I've never really been to a foreign country. The only time I've been out of the United States was when we went on our honeymoon. We went to Antigua, which is in the Caribbean, so that's not really even that far, so I don't really consider that a foreign country. First movie you remember seeing? That was The Lion King. I was 5 years old. I'm pretty sure that was like my first movie, at least that I can remember. Like I remember sitting down and watching it. So, and that's still like one of my favorite movies to this day. So that's a pretty cool first movie. What was your first detention? I was never in detention because I'm a goody good. No, but really, I didn't really, I never had a detention. Ever. No. Who was your first roommate? Well, I got married at 19 and I moved, so David's technically my first roommate, but there was one summer after my senior year of high school where we were in this lodge in the mountains in Colorado. Really pretty place, love it. And I had a roommate there for the summer. We shared a room together, so that would be my first roommate. Her name was Corey. Shout out to Corey! If you had one wish, what would it be? This is gonna sound cheesy, but this is true. This is really how I feel about it all. I would make sure that nobody hurts again, nobody cries again, and this world would just be a perfect, happy place. That'd be pretty great. What was the first sport you were involved in? That was... You can hear Eden crying in the room. David has her. The first sport I was involved in was soccer, probably, which I loved. And then I kind of did basketball for a while, too, until somebody told me that I sucked at basketball, basically. And I went home and cried about it. But now I look back and I'm like, yeah, I really did suck. So probably a good thing they told me that, because I'd be trying to be like Michael Jordan right now and it just wouldn't be working out. And what is the first thing you did, or what's the first thing you do when you get home? I don't know what that means. Like from school? Well, I'm not in school. But the first thing I do when I get home is usually take my purse off, put it down, and sit down and relax for a few minutes. So that's my first tag. Tag you're it. So everybody do it. And I will have a few other videos later on this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.